As mayor, one of my main priorities is to reinforce an environment that welcomes and supports our business community, and you all sure did turn out for this. It's what keeps our city moving forward. That is why ribbon cuttings are so exciting. They welcome new opportunities for business owners, their employees, and our community. Today, the rebirth of the bourbon industry in Lexington continues with RD1 Spirits. In 1865, the Ashland Distillery became Central Kentucky's first federally licensed distiller, known as Registered Distillery Number 1, therefore RD1. RD1 Spirits mixes history with new approaches, and I want to congratulate everyone involved with this exciting venture. First, I'd like to recognize some council members who are with us. At-large Councilmember James Brown, 2nd District Council Member Shayla Lynch, 9th District Council Member Whitney Baxter, and 11th District Council Member Jennifer Reynolds. I also want to extend a very special thank you to Bob Quick, President and CEO of Commerce Lexington, and his entire team with us today. Our first speaker is the 58th Lieutenant Governor of Kentucky. She is a lifelong Kentuckian, an educator, a basketball coach, a writer, and a nonprofit founder. Jacqueline Coleman is a vocal, passionate advocate for public education. The governor and lieutenant governor aim to ensure Kentucky's booming economy reaches people in every zip code. Since their time in office, 60,000 full-time jobs have been announced, with more than $35 billion in investments. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on this historic day for RD1 Distillery and for bourbon lovers across the Commonwealth. Where else in the world can you have a bourbon announcement at 10 a.m.? But in Kentucky, right? So glad you guys are all here. But the impact that the bourbon industry has on Kentucky really cannot be overstated. We're talking a $9 billion economic impact on the state. The Kentucky Bourbon Trail saw an extraordinary 2.7 million guests in 2024 at our nearly 120 distilleries all across Kentucky. And RD1 is set to expand upon that and reach unique research and development industries so that we can welcome another 30,000 guests right here to this facility. The governor and I are so committed to helping distilleries like this get up and going. And the state invested more than $500,000 towards this project alone. But bourbon isn't the only industry that we've got exploding in Kentucky right now. The good news is that there is opportunity everywhere you look in every sector of the Commonwealth. $35 billion in economic investments to create over 60,000 good-paying jobs all across Kentucky. That didn't happen in a vacuum, and it didn't happen overnight. Investors and staff at places like RD1, organizations like Commerce Lexington, the state legislature, state government, it has taken all of us working together to create this kind of prosperity. But those amazing jobs numbers and investments don't mean as much if they don't reach every community. And so we are here today focused, laser focused, on making sure that this kind of prosperity, and maybe bourbon, reaches every Kentuckian in this Commonwealth. And here's the thing that I always like to say. This work has nothing to do with right or left or about politics at all. It is truly about lifting up Kentuckians, lifting up families, and lifting up communities. And our goal is to take these last few years of progress and turn it into decades of prosperity. So thank you all so much for joining us today, and to RD1 and all of the folks who are involved in this project, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor. Next, I'd like to welcome to the podium the 11th District Council Member Jennifer Reynolds. We are right here in the 11th District today. Councilmember Reynolds.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Welcome to the 11th District. I am thrilled because where we are standing right now is not only an amazing location, but it's really close to my house. So I know I will be frequenting it a lot. I am so excited to be serving in my first term as council member for the 11th District here in Lexington. This is a district full of a variety of housing types, the Red Mile, part of downtown, unique destinations, main corridors, the new Gatton Park on Town Branch, Rupp Arena, the Distillery District, and now RD1 right here in the new Entertainment District of Turner Commons. I am thrilled that you all decided to stay in the 11th District and join this corner of the city that will soon be bustling with even more activity. I think we have something very special going on here, and I'm elated that you are going to invest in not only Lexington, but this part of town. I'm sure that this new facility will be a hub for visitors and Lexingtonians alike as they enjoy discovering the amazing bourbon and the experience of visiting a distillery on the Bourbon Trail, proving that Lexington can also be on the map and known for its world-class bourbon. I, for one, am a huge fan. Though we're a mid-sized city, we're lucky to have an amazing local business that draws outside attention. And I know that RD1 will serve as an example for businesses that made its home here, starting here, and is now growing. We know that people love to go out and have a good time, and RD1 folks will be able to do just that, all while putting their dollars back into the local economy. So thank you to everyone at RD1 Distillery, where everyone is all spread out here, for believing in Lexington, for investing in our city, and for growing your brand right here in the 11th District. This endeavor is a beautiful addition to the area, and we are so thankful for your willingness to believe in us, partner with us, and create a flavorful future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And I know many of you, like me, love trains. We even have a train. I think it's awesome. So Mary Quinn Raymer has been a community partner who has helped shape Lexington's future in the tourism industry. As the president of Visit Lex, she is bringing more visitors, more meetings, and conferences to our city every single day. Please welcome Mary Quinn Raymer.
Just adds to the charm having that train roll by. It is really a great pleasure to be here with you today. So many distinguished guests, all in celebration of the opening of RD1 at the Commons. The opening of this signature destination is rooted in Lexington's strong bourbon-making heritage, but it's also celebrating the innovation and the exceptional hospitality of today's thriving bourbon industry here in Lexington. As the mayor mentioned, in 1865, Ashland Distillery became the first federally registered distillery right here in our hometown of Lexington, and was assigned the distinction of RD1, a distinct honor, and for those of you who are in the industry, bragging rights for any distillery in the Commonwealth. Today we are honoring that history and heritage, but we're also writing the next chapter in Lexington's bourbon story with the opening of this signature landmark. At Visit Lex, we recognize the tremendous role bourbon has played and continues to play in our city, which is why we at the office often refer to this place called Bourbon Land. It's kind of like Candyland except for bourbon. Bourbon Land represents a mix of our culture and our creativity and our innovation, and RD1 is the perfect combination of all three important and distinctive traits. RD1 explores what happens to Kentucky straight bourbon when unique wood staves that are sourced from all across the world are added to the original barrel to finish aging the whiskey. Guests to this wonderful new destination will be taken on a sensory journey with RD1's unique wood-finished expressions. But that's not all. Visitors and locals too will find plenty of interactive experiences, tasting opportunities, exploration opportunities in the R&D lab, and of course, plenty of opportunities to sip, savor, and shop. Tourism, and specifically bourbon tourism, is big business for our city. Last year, tourism contributed $1.6 billion in economic impact to our city and employed 11,500 of our citizens. Investments like the one here today will continue to drive positive economic impact and give visitors a reason to come back again and again. We believe, as Councilmember Reynolds referenced, that you are standing in what is the next great entertainment hub for our city. And to Darren Turner, thank you so much for your vision. We are excited to be here. And Mike, to you and your entire team, your entrepreneurial and visionary team at RD1, we celebrate this significant milestone, and we look forward to welcoming guests from around the world to this special destination. Cheers, and may one always push you further.
Thank you very much, Mary Quinn. As president of the Kentucky Distillers Association, Eric Gregory has led the charge in bringing life to our Kentucky bourbon industry. With the growth of this industry has come thousands of jobs, billions in capital investment, and an unparalleled boost in tourism. Please help me welcome Eric Gregory.
Thank you, my dear friend, Mayor Gorton, obviously my old friend, I don't say old, that's probably bad, right? Mary Quinn Raymer, and of course, Lieutenant Governor Coleman. Please thank you, so much thanks to you and Governor Beshear for all you've done for our bourbon industry. You know, we make the whiskey, you put us on the map. Seriously, so thank y'all. All right, good morning, distinguished guests, bourbon enthusiasts, and the incredible team here at RD1 Spirits. It is an honor to stand here today as the president of the Kentucky Distillers Association to celebrate the grand opening of RD1 Distillery at the Commons, a landmark moment for Lexington, for Kentucky, and for our world-renowned bourbon industry. For nearly 150 years, the KDA has been the voice of bourbon, uniting our storied distilleries to preserve our heritage, protect our craft, and to promote the mellow amber nectar that defines the bluegrass state. Today, we welcome RD1 Spirits to its new home place as the cornerstone of the Commons, Lexington's newest entertainment district. As previously mentioned, RD1's story is the story of firsts. In 1865, the Ashland Distillery became Lexington's first federally registered distillery, earning the designation of RD1. It was a pioneer, setting the stage for our signature bourbon industry to flourish. Now, fast forward to 2020, when a group of bold entrepreneurs revived that legacy, led by Mike Tedderton, Barry Brenniger, and with the spirited support of UK coach Mark Stoops. They didn't just resurrect a name, they rekindled a passion for innovation, asking, what else can bourbon do? This stunning new distillery at the Commons answers that question. Spanning 2 stories and more than 3 times the size of its former home, RD1 Distillery is a testament to craftsmanship and creativity. From its research and development distillery to its wood finishing lab, bourbon bar, speakeasy, and versatile event spaces, this is more than a distillery. It's a destination. It's a place where visitors from near and far will discover the complex artistry of Kentucky straight bourbon, enhanced by unique wood finishes that push the boundaries of flavor. What makes RD1 truly special is its commitment to both heritage and progress. They honor the mavericks of the past, figures like William Tarr and Thomas McGibbon, who, by the way, was the first chairman of the KDA's board of directors back in 1880. At the same time, RD1 charts a bold future with a team that includes Dr. Jared Gollahue, their R&D master distiller, exploring new dimensions of bourbon through science and innovation. And this opening marks a milestone for our Kentucky Bourbon Trail adventure, which RD1 proudly joined earlier this year. With 2.7 million visitors last year alone, RD1 strengthens our state's position as the global capital of bourbon tourism. And it's a reminder that bourbon isn't just a drink. It's an economic engine, a cultural touchstone, and a way of life that creates jobs, attracts travelers, and brings communities together. As we like to say, bourbon brings people together, and it's building Kentucky. So to Mike, Barry, Coach Stoops, and the entire team at RD1, thank you for your vision, your dedication, and your unwavering commitment to breathing new life into Lexington's rich bourbon history. This distillery is a gift to our industry and our Commonwealth, and we can't wait to see the chapters that you're going to write next. Thank you, and cheers.
Thank you so much, Eric. The bourbon industry is worth $9 billion to the state of Kentucky, attracting over 2.5 million visitors every year to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Lexington welcomed 7.5% of those Bourbon Trail visitors, and with projects like RD1, we look forward to welcoming even more people. We value and thank the RD1 Spirits team for its investment in our state and our city. Now, next, I'd like to welcome someone we all know. He's led our Kentucky football team since 2013 and is the all-time winningest head coach in the program's history. Ow is right. In his time here, Mark Stoops has become woven into our community as well as the Commonwealth. He is also an investor and an advisor for RD1 Spirits. Please welcome Mark Stoops.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you. Really appreciate you taking the time. You could tell we have a lot of wonderful politicians and dignitaries here today, and come up here and so eloquently do the speaking. I did my writing on a napkin 10 minutes ago, but I truly appreciate everybody being here. And Lieutenant Governor, I know how busy you are and really greatly appreciate everything that you do. But we definitely got to get you some form of blue. I know. Okay, we got to get you that's a really nice coat, but the bright red is going to look good. No, I appreciate it. I would just like to say thank you to our team, to Mike Tedderton and the people at RD1. Just greatly appreciate the work that they've done. I've just been a silent partner and an investor. And one thing I learned early on is to tie up and to be connected to good people. And certainly Mike Tedderton and the team at RD1 has been remarkable. I'm proud just to be a small part of it. And then the second part of that is Darren Turner. Darren's not only a personal friend of mine, both Mike and Darren have been extremely successful in whatever they've touched in business throughout the Commonwealth. And I'm just proud to be a part of that with them. So with Darren, it was kind of a no-brainer because we're personal friends, and then also to be a partner and to help open this beautiful venue that he's worked so hard for. I know Darren has been so successful, but he's passionate about this project down here and what he's doing. And he's pouring his heart and soul into it, and we're proud to be a part of it. So again, thank you to our team. Thank you to Mike, Marsha, Barry, everybody at RD1. Thank you for taking the time to be here to celebrate this moment with us. And let's have a great day. So thank you all very much.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. Mike, I think you're up next. We're so proud of the work you're doing. Want to introduce Mike Tedderton. Welcome.
So on behalf of RD1, I want to thank everybody for coming today. The gods have helped us with the weather a little bit because it wasn't looking good a few days ago. My partner, Marcia Couch, off to the side here, and I would like to welcome you and thank you for taking your time to come today. We're both grateful and blessed to be a part of what you're getting ready to see inside. The 2.7 million people that came to Kentucky and did the Bourbon Trail, where 7.5% participated in the Lexington area. That number's going to change. And we're banking on it, by the way. My bankers are banking on it, by the way. But our goal from the very beginning in 2020 was to have a home, actually not like this. It was just a vision of a home. This one took 4 years to develop. Are we okay here? Test. There we go. This took 4 years in the planning. And I want to call special recognition to Darren Turner again. You've heard his name several times. We're almost at the end of this, but he's up next. And Darren had a vision of this development that used to be full of tobacco barns. And it is going to be, without a doubt, the coolest development in the city of Lexington and one of the coolest in all of Kentucky. When I heard his vision a couple and a half years ago, I knew we wanted to be the anchor tenant. We're probably here a little early compared to the other development, but that's okay. We wanted to anchor and be in this development. And Darren and his team, as you can see, do not build shabby stuff. This is first class, and we're so blessed to be a part of what he's accomplishing out here. You're going to see some renderings inside, and that will show you part of the other development in here. So Darren, to you and your staff, we'd like to thank you. Coach Stoops, Raj Patel, and other investors in RD1, we'd like to thank you. You think you're an investor and you just hang out, but you don't. We get a lot of advice from you and just watching and emulating your leadership style on the field. KDA, I'm not sure that I can put into words what the KDA means to us. Eric Gregory, that you just heard from, and his team have single-handedly transformed the spirits industry in the state of Kentucky. They have gotten legislation and laws passed that other states, distilleries like us, wish they could get done. They have done amazing things to help distilleries like us become profitable. And stuff that when they throw up on the drawing board and you hear about it, you say, there's no way you can get that done. His staff gets it done, and I don't mean that. You know, when we came into this in 2020, I don't have a history in bourbon, and we heard of the Kentucky Distillers Association, and every group's got an association. This is not just an association. These guys move and they transform the industry that we're in. So thank you, Eric. I'd like to thank our staff. I just got a couple of thank yous. Elizabeth Cornelius and Joya Miller are responsible for everything you see after you walk inside these doors. And it turned out better than I could have ever done it. As a matter of fact, they told me several times, would you not make any more suggestions? You have no taste and you're kind of rednecky, so let us do our job. And we did. My parents taught me early on, let people do what they do best, and they do it really well. The Couch family, we've got most of the boys employed with us, and we want to appreciate I appreciate you and thank you for your contribution. I've got two boys here, Chris and John Taylor, and John Taylor flew up from Florida to help us with the opening, and my wife, who doesn't get to see me very often as we do and get prepared for things like this. And I'm sure I'm missing several people, but I hope you enjoy the afternoon, the morning, and I hope you enjoy everything that you see inside. We work really hard to make you proud of what we're going to do to represent Lexington. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mike. Really appreciate you. Now, it wouldn't be right if we didn't have Darren say a few words, and he's awesome. That's just what I'm going to say. Thank you so much.
Well, sorry, this train comes past. I think it's every 20 minutes, so perfect timing. But so I want to start by saying thank you to the Lieutenant Governor and the Mayor. Thank you for your friendship. Me and the Mayor have been friends for a long time. She's been we've been a big fan of hers. She's always been a supporter to my father, Ron Turner, myself, and my brother as developers. So thank you, and thank you for all the council people that are here. A lot of them showed up, and I really appreciate that. And Jennifer, especially thank you to you for your support. And Jennifer did a great job with helping me get set up with the neighborhood next door to when this development became a dream of mine. The first thing I did was go meet with the Meadowthorpe neighborhood to meet the neighbors and tell them what I was doing. We were very transparent with them what we were about to build. They were nervous about some of the exits and entrances we had back in the back, so we shut those down, and now we have the 4 or 5 up front here. But anyway, just thank you for helping me set that up for the neighborhood, and we appreciate that. I also want to thank my team, my wife first of all, my family for their support. I sold my electrical business about 4 or 5 years ago to a company called Comfort to be able to spend more time on my development side, but I didn't think it was going to take as much of my time as this place is because I love it. It's my passion's here. So I want to thank them. I want to thank our team at Turner Properties, starting with Otis. Thank you for his leadership and his willingness to put up with all the hours and it goes into it. My son, Seth Turner, is part of this project as well, and then the rest of the team that's been so supportive. But again, my vision started off about 3 years ago. Amy Mellinger, which is a good friend of ours, that actually brought me down to this property, and I fell in love with it. They saw it. A lot of people, I will tell you, I had a lot of skeptics thinking I was crazy, like I was going to invest that kind of money in an area like this. But I love this part of town. I think it's got so much great history. We have the distillery district across the street here that's fantastic. They've done a great job as developers. And there are different tenants and kind of what they brought. You got the Manchester Hotel, which is incredible. You got the new town branch walking path and the venues they're putting in. And so this side of town, to me, just needed something else. So I was excited to be able to put my vision to place. And it was a dream that's now we're seeing the finishes and it come to fruition. So I want to thank RD1. I want to thank. It started off with a dinner one night with me and Coach having dinner one night, and he was telling me they were looking for a new home for RD1, and I told him about the development. We talked through that, him, myself, and another friend, Bruce Drake, and again, so we looked through some of the different things we were looking at doing. So. Coach introduced me to Mike. Me and Mike spent a bunch of time. We spent a bunch of time for the last 2.5 years together trying to figure out how this is going to look. And I want to thank Mike and his team for taking a leap of faith with me. When I first bought this, as you can see, there's a lot of construction going on. It took someone with a vision, not just my vision. It took someone else to be able to invest what they did down here. And so for RD1 to reach out and do what they did and to take, again, just having the faith and my passion, what I was looking at doing, the vision that I had for this development, because obviously they're our anchor. They're the first piece of property you see when you come in. But there's a lot of stuff that's still going on and stuff. And so I was appreciative they were willing to open when they did, number one, but more than anything, for the amount of money you guys put in this place and working with our team, I can't thank you all enough. So anyways, I'll tell you a little bit about the development real quick. So we have 40-something acres here, 42 acres. Coming soon, you'll see, we call this the retail Airbnb building that's going to be behind us. So the steel comes in the 1st of June. It'll take us about 7 months to construct that. That building's going to look like it's an old train station built back in the 50s. Thank you to Thoroughbred Architects and Engineers for some of their vision and their work they put toward that. And then we have a big entertainment venue. It's a 2,000 person entertainment venue that's going to go right here in this corner. So in between, you'll have about a half an acre of green space. It's going to be really incredible. Fire pits, waterfall, water fountains, really incredible space. So this area will be the entertainment area. So this building behind us, which was my office area, is going to end up being a really nice high-end restaurant. So that'll be announced here soon. and the operator to the venue will be announced here in 3 to 4 weeks, hopefully, as we get them under contract. So a lot of cool, fun stuff to come. Pickleball Kingdom, which is the largest pickleball organization in the country by like 2 or 3 times, so they're huge. And I say that because it's important to Lexington, because they'll have 1 or 2 different national tournaments here, or big tournaments here. So that's going to be huge for tourism coming into town. There's 17 courts going to be there. There are 16 normal courts and 1 king court for the big tournaments and stuff. So that opens up July 1st. So if you drive past it, you're going to think I'm crazy, and a lot of people think I'm crazy. But when you drive past it, you'll see they'll be open July 1st. And if you saw this building 2 months ago, you would think the same thing, but you can see what can happen quickly. So, but anyways, I thank Lexington. I thank Lexington for supporting this. This is a very important project to me and my family. Again, a lot of my heart and soul is going in this project. We have so many other fun stuff to come, so we'll have those announcements coming. We have 25 Airbnbs and retail spots coming that will open up in these back different areas. We have a little over a mile and a half of walking paths. Part of those are already in, and we have a really cool restaurant opening up under the water tower right up the second water tower up here. So again, it's all coming. We're here. We're close to being open. I plan on having everything completed by the end of next summer, so 2026. So, and I'm going to have these 2 buildings put up as fast as I can, because I don't want, all the construction going on right next to RD1. So these are happening as we speak, and then the Airbnbs and the retail spaces will come right after that. But I also want to say a special thanks to Luther. Luther took a big chance with me down here. Central Bank, I love. They're a great partner. They're always one of those kind of risky bankers, and so he took some risk with myself. So I appreciate what you guys have done, Luther, your support, and not just the financial support. I appreciate you loving this project. So I hear so many different people talk about Luther talking about this project and what this is going to do to Lexington. So I believed in it, and I appreciate you all believing in it. Again, the mayor with you, yourself, and the Senate governor, and everybody's support. Thank you for allowing this project to happen, and thank you for filling my dreams. So I appreciate you very much.
Congratulations, Darren. This really does kind of prove the point again. Lexington is on the move, right, Bob? We are on the move, and all of you are here because this represents new business and new investment. So thank you again. So today's speakers are a testament to the power of possibility. You heard about the dream, and with the spark of the dream, a lot of elbow grease, right, and the building of great collaboration and partnerships. It always takes partnerships. Investment and opportunity are possible. So at this time, we're going to have an official ribbon cutting and a grand opening of RD1 Spirits, and we're going to take a few ceremonial photos, and we'll allow the RD1 photographer and each of you to get the photos you want. So afterward, the RD1 doors will officially open, and all are welcome inside for an optional tour by one of our RD1 hosts. So for our media who are here, we will have an RD1 spokesperson who will be available for one-on-one interviews. Thank you all for joining us. This is an awesome day. Congratulations to all of you. And thank you for being here.